New No Jumper host Brandon calls Vladimir TV a culture vulture. He says he should have paid Aaron the Plumber for his interview. He pay everybody else. YouTube, what's the righteous word? It's your boy Gangland Neem, aka Neiman. I be for the E, man. Golly. I don't know, y'all. Remember that. And we back with another video. Shout out all my people who love that Doug intro, man. I love it too. Niggas be hating, but shout out to everybody who knows what time it is. Shout out to y'all. Like and subscribe off the back. Don't troll me. Now, shout out Brandon from No Jumper. He's a new No Jumper host. He from the viral way. Always like the way he present himself. He articulate. Seems like an intelligent black man. You don't really see too many of those at No Jumper. It's not really the place for them, right? But it's refreshing to see him up here. You know what I'm saying? And he has some comments on Vlad and the Aaron the Plumber situation. So we gonna get straight into that. This your first time to the channel, again, like and subscribe. Don't troll me. Off the back. Hey, free that man if he supposed to be free. You know what I'm talking about? But let's start this up. Shout out my nigga Munchie. I call him Blind Fury. Leave that man alone. Gang.
Aaron the Plumber. Use a dirt bag. We're going to talk about it. Aaron the Plumber. Listen up. I'm going to tell you guys what happened.
This is that awful lot of cough syrup tea is fire. Off the rips, I'm not no hater. That awful lot of cough syrup tie-dye t-shirt is stupid. Shout out Desto for that swag. Might need that. Let's continue.
Scandalous. This is scandalous. Over the weekend, Vlad TV was in New York. He had a conversation with Aaron the Plumber. He wanted to get him on the show. He's viral right now. Makes sense. So, Vlad has the conversation with him. Aaron the Plumber is used to getting a bag for doing content because these 20 versus 1s, etc. They print money off that shit. It always goes viral. So Aaron the Plumber's asking for whatever amount of money. Vlad basically tells him, like, hey, we can get you a flight and we can get you a hotel, but that's it. Are you down? Aaron the Plumber ends up saying yes. Aaron the Plumber gets on the flight, flies his ass out to New York, stays in the hotel room. The next,
look at Lush, sitting there quiet, obedient. Shout out my nigga Lush. Looking like he ain't on too much this episode.
This morning, supposed to go do the Vlad TV interview, goes ghost. Does not respond to Vlad. Now, if you know Vlad, Vlad's about his bread. Vlad had security there, which was one of Aaron the Plumber's requests. When you think about the flight and the hotel, even just Vlad.
I'm about to double back on this whole outfit this nigga Kiwi head got on. I'm about to get me a Plug Talk dad hat, and I'm getting this shirt for sure, just so y'all know that. So it's like, oh, you got Kiwi ears? That motherfucker's hard to me. I like colors. I'm that type nigga. I'm gonna get that shirt, but I'm about to run this full fit back, gang, on stream. Watch. I might do the whole stream like Kiwi head fresh off of Plug Talk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned.
Vlad's time that he thought that he was doing this thing that day. He's got to pay for the filmer guy to be there. In Vlad's words, he's out about $2,000 for this whole thing, $2,500. Vlad hits me up pissed, asking me, does Aaron the Plumber have a reputation of this type of shit, etc. My response was that we have had, Aaron the Plumber is weird because we'll be having a conversation about doing content together, and then he'll just kind of ghost me. Like we'll send a bunch of messages back and forth rapidly, and then I'll be like, okay, you want to do that thing today? And then he'll just stop responding. So this does seem to be kind of his thing. Aaron the Plumber basically goes on social media and starts bragging about it, saying, hey, Vlad, you didn't pay me enough. You had me all the way in the back of the plane. The seat didn't recline, etc. So Aaron's pissed that Vlad is trying to expose him. And even when I messaged Aaron and wrote LOL, why you doing my boy Vlad like that? Instantly, Aaron's pissed that Vlad, he was even having this conversation with people, even telling his friends that from his perspective, he got scammed. So then Aaron the Plumber posts the conversation on his Instagram story, which included Vlad's phone number.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So all of a sudden, Vlad's getting, a million calls and texts from all the Aaron the Plumber fans, plumbers all over the world. And Vlad is a vengeful god. He goes into his bag, starts having conversations with people, and I cannot spoil it. I've been sworn to secrecy, but apparently,
I'm going to run this back. I cannot spoil it. I've been sworn to secrecy. Now watch the nigga spoil it. You can't make this shit up. Now watch turducken booty hair head man unit spoil it. If you want a secret to stay a secret, you don't tell Racklin Hunter, you don't tell 600, you don't tell Brick Baby. You don't tell turducken booty hair head man unit. You don't tell Lushable. Shout out Lush. That's my dog, bro. Cuts off the bag. That's my dog. But you can't tell Lush shit neither. Straight up. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not supposed to say nothing, but here I go. Come on, gang. Golly, bruh.
Apparently, within the next day or two,
I got to run that back. I've been sworn to secrecy, but
he goes into his bag, starts having conversations with people, and I cannot spoil it. I've been sworn to secrecy, but apparently within the next day or two, we are going to have a clip dropping on Vlad's channel of him having a conversation with Wack in which paperwork of a kind is coming out that realistically, from what I've seen and the confidence that Vlad seems to have about this, the confidence that Wack seems to have about this, Aaron the Plumber's reputation as a tough guy may be coming to an abrupt end.
Bro, you can't help yourself, can you? You just told us what it was, gang. You can't help yourself, can you? You didn't have to say paperwork. You didn't have to say none of that. You could have been like, Vlad has some tricks up his sleeve for Aaron the Plumber. But no, you got to go into detail. Vladimir, this your friend? You ain't friend? Niggas bombs. What? Come on, man. Come on, you just ruined it. I'm just saying, it's some paperwork. But you were sworn to secrecy.
Now, how much do people really care about that? I don't really know because, YSL Woody obviously was out here doing every kind of piece of content over the years. But it might be a rough week for Aaron the Plumber from what I can see.
Okay. So I'm assuming that this is either paperwork that alludes to him having sex charges or snitch charges.
Not sex charges. I will say that I can't put that on him.
So, they're not sex charges. So what else could there be that would damn your reputation as a street dude? Come on, man. I'm just trying to show y'all this. He ruined it. You ruined Vladimir's surprise, gang. Come on, man. It's a dope-ass shirt, man. That shit is hard.
The sex charges will hurt him more than some gangster shit.
You're right. That for sure would be worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, if he's still down to run hands, he's still down to, because I never thought of like Aaron the Plumber as a gangster. Just me personally, my perception of him, he's a regular dude that's down to throw hands and does funny.
But I think at a certain point he was more explicitly
Berdesky.
I don't know exactly what he was claiming, but he was around a lot of people while he was locked up, etc. It does feel like he maybe consciously took a step back from that, because I've seen interviews where people really try to press him. Stockton is a gang-related city. You're from Stockton. Tell us like who you were rolling with, etc. And he seems like he doesn't really like to get into details about that. Now, I'm still perfectly willing to do content with him regardless, but from my perspective,
little Kiwi head, I don't care. He shaded the homie. I'm gonna fucks with you. Hey, there's no shame in homie's game. At this point, it's like, I don't even know, man. Like, it is what it is. You feel me? I'm gonna just make comment on it. It is what it is. Like, I'm gonna still rock with him. He wanna do content, I'll still do it up with him. Even though he burned the homie. Berdesky.
this is definitely going to throw a stick in the spokes, as they say.
I heard the homie Donut spit on him or something. Donut from Queensbridge?
That definitely happened.
Yeah.
Spit on his back.
It was like a weird moment though. He did spit on him.
Aaron was up in his face. Hey, Brodinsky, we gonna fade in a real way. And then Aaron just turns around. He got like no shirt on, and all of a sudden, blah,
Aaron looked like he was way
blows a
more with
huge
the activities.
loogie on his back.
So what happened though? He didn't get off or nothing?
Nah.
He just took the spit.
He tried to get off.
I feel like there was security there and shit.
Yeah.
But it didn't really turn
That's
into
a W
anything.
for Inglewood. Shout out Donut. Everything.
Oh, he's from. Oh, yeah.
Munchie super bunk for that. He like the homie spit on that nigga back. W Inglewood. Highest nigga. Shout out Munchie B. Blind Fury, bitch. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? W Inglewood, bitch.
Yeah,
We got to get Donut on here.
Bro's Donut's from
crazy.
Can we have him pull up?
He's a very respected.
Yeah, shout out
He's
Donut.
out here.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it.
No cap.
That's not Devil Donut.
Devil and Donut are two different.
I know.
Yeah.
But was Brick trying to shout out this donut?
No, he's shouting out
talking about
fools
Devil
from
from
Fodies.
Fodies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Devil and but now Devil Donut's like its own incarnation that exists as an entity. And ChatGPT, do your best.
I'm a bit conflicted on this one.
With the spit.
No. Spit thing is like
Oh, he
That's
wins.
disrespectful.
that's
I want to say this real quick before we get into Brandon's thoughtful commentary. I did not think of this situation like this until he said this right here. I was just like, damn, it's low-key deep. Y'all could feel different about it, but I'm going to just be honest. Like, he low-key talking right now. Pay attention.
disrespectful, but then it's like with that one, it's like it's disrespectful, but then there's security. So if you spit on somebody and they turn around and want to fight you, I feel like you're kind of obligated to fight them because that's like walking up to somebody, pulling off your glove and slapping them across the face. And that's a challenge.
Aaron
but
tried to
I'm
fight
not,
him, though.
Yeah, but they said there's security. Or
I
something.
thought that it was, I mean, we could even watch the video, but I thought that it was on a reality show, which made me feel differently about it too. But it was. Okay, but then people told me it wasn't.
It was at the filming of a reality show at Ray J's crib in ATL, but it was not actually on air. And it was over a f***ing cell phone charger.
I remember Aaron.
Literally.
I'll be ready to kill over a cell phone charger too, so I kind of feel
these
that.
days, yeah.
That's my lifeline.
That's the biggest item of theft.
I go broke if I don't have one.
They was about to squabble over a phone charger.
All I know is Aaron the Plumber called out a bunch of fades, and then he got threatened by Whack. But that's was what Whack put out on the whatchamacallit. But what the thing with the Vlad thing is like,
It's weak,
one,
bad
if
business.
you make an agreement to do something, you should always do it.
Facts.
But on the other hand, Vlad, you disrespecting that man, knowing he's getting paid to do content. This has become his full-time career. He walked away from what seems to be a lucrative job as a plumber. Right. He helps people, and you out here trying to treat niggas like slaves. I'm going to be...
Now, that's a point, man. At the end of the day, I don't know anything about Aaron the Plumber. I didn't even know he was a real plumber, right? But apparently he came up in the Pop the Balloon. He was a real plumber. He's popping. You know what I'm saying? He's got the internet clout, and he gets views, right? He makes money off the Pop the Balloons and all that. He's a name at this point. Whether you think he's important or not, he's a name, and that's why you're down to even talk to him, right? He gets paid from what he's doing. Just like he said, he stopped his career as a plumber to do this internet stuff. He gets paid for these appearances. He gets paid. You don't want to pay him. You just want to pay him. You just want to get his flight and his hotel for a day. Now, I'm not saying he's supposed to give him a vacation or anything, but if you don't want to pay the man for the interview, right, shouldn't you maybe get him a first-class flight since it's just a round trip? It's one day. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want to put him in, like, I would say, like, the best accommodations? Right? I don't know. And y'all let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But, again, this is a man who get paid for his appearances. You can't pay him something? I don't know. That's kind of shady, bro. You run around talking about your bread and all that, but you can't pay. Can give him a few thousand. I don't know, dog.
Real like
How is entering into a mutual agreement to fly somebody out to do content? How is that treating them like a slave? He could have said no.
He looked at that as disrespecting boot gang though.
Yeah, that's what I think too. That's what I know happened.
So yeah,
bro thought about it.
Bro, Vlad was trying to do good business, And then Aaron the Plumber basically created a scenario in which now everybody, myself included, I'm still willing to do content with him. But if I hit him up for an interview tomorrow and he said, yeah, give me a flight and a hotel, I'm going to say, nah, get your own flight and hotel. I'll give you the money the second that we're done the interview. But you have officially proven that you are not a trustworthy person.
Oh,
to do
so he
content
was
with.
going to pay him.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't going to. He got him a flight and a hotel.
Yeah. So what was Aaron the Plumber getting out of that?
Nothing.
Exposure.
He got exposure.
He just got a free trip.
But Vlad is a big platform, and I could see why somebody like Aaron the Plumber would want to do Vlad, even if he's not getting paid for that, even if he also did get paid for all these reality shows, 20 versus 1s, etc. Now, if I'm Vlad, I would have been down to pay him.
You sure?
Because he's a
boom. If I was Vlad, I would have been down to pay him. And that's where it is kind of like, yo, don't enter an agreement and then don't be a man of your word, right? But I do also understand maybe you getting out there and then, I don't know, understanding your value a little more and being like, nah, dog, no, this economy flight in this hotel room is not enough. Straight up. Niggas say it costs like $2,000. So the trip in its entirety, hotel and flight, was only $2,000. That's how much you pay a man for an interview, a man who's currently popping on the internet, who gets paid for his appearances. You pay him $2,000 and you're rich. You gonna make something off this interview? But that's what you know what I'm saying? That's $2,000. I don't know, dog. But y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it. Hey, I could be wrong. It's just my opinion.
Sure, Vlad
He's
wasn't
huge.
paying. Vlad told you he wasn't paying.
Vlad told me he wanted $5,000, and then Vlad said, "Nah, we could pay for your flight and hotel." And then they're like,
So
all
we
right.
won't
Give him something though. That, look.
A piece of the
part. Treat him like a
monetization.
Flight and hotel is
He
something.
usually
You
does
flew
that.
him out like a broad. Talking about you getting flued out and that's it.
Listen. Listen.
So I think that's
To
why
me, though, that's a mutual agreement based on what you are worth.
Listen.
Fly me out,
No,
Vlad.
it's not.
And if there's a massive disagreement about what you're worth and you don't think that that's fair, then say, all right, bet maybe when I'm in New York next time or I'm in LA next time, I'll hit you up and we can do the podcast or an interview. But if you lie and say that you're going to do it and then ghost him, that takes everybody who ever thought about paying you to do some content and puts them in the position where you are now viewed as not trustworthy.
If you come at me like a sucker, I'm going to treat you like a sucker. This dude took someone. Vlad is big, but he ain't got nothing on Pop the Balloon. They're hitting 1 million every video. Down
Facts.
there.
Whoa.
So
Aaron made that.
Listen, everybody already look at Vlad.
1 million of view on Pop the Balloon. You heard Kiwi Head just say, Aaron the Plumber made that. There's no value there. All he asked, I thought he would ask for more, but all he asked for is $5,000. You got him a flight and a hotel for 1 day that cost $2,000. Come on, gang. I don't think that's right. I think that Aaron the Plumber should have kept that thorough from the jump, Berdesky. He should have kept it real from the jump, Berdesky. Let's make no discrepancy about that. I don't think the way that he handled it was right. But he might have just saw his value on the flight or something like, this ain't it. This ain't it. Sitting in economy, crunched up next to 2 fat people. He probably like, man, this ain't life. I could be somewhere popping the balloon. Boop. What you talking about?
Like a culture vulture, and he was acting like one. I know you're big.
He was entering into a mutual agreement to pay him for his time.
Listen, man.
He paid him with a flight and hotel.
Listen, you disrespected the man with the offer.
That ain't disrespect.
Listen, yes, it is.
That's the ultimate in respect.
Not only
According
that,
to you, that's not disrespect. But what I'm telling you is, shout out to Aaron the Plumber. Maybe it took him to get on that plane and get out there to realize his worth and say, F Vlad, I'm not going over there for nothing. No shout out to Vlad. Vlad, you got the money. You brag about how rich you are. Give that man something, because you're not bringing that man up there because he's just a regular nobody. You're bringing him up there to bring attention to your platform.
I had almost this exact same conversation with a very legendary rapper a couple of months ago. He hit me up. He said, yo, you want to interview me? I said, yeah, let's do it. He said, all right, I need flight, hotel, and 5 bands. I said, I can't do that. It's honestly just not worth it. Now, this rapper is someone who had a very significant contribution to the culture. I respect his contribution. I respect who he is and everything. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to throw him in the mix. But I told him, listen, that's too much. Like, that's going to be basically like $7K in total. That's too much. I can't afford it. I respect you, and I'm down to do it if you're in LA. I could cut you a little check to do an interview or whatever once you're already here, but I can't do all that. And pleasantly, I was surprised by the fact that he wasn't offended by it, and he said, all right, bet, I understand. I'll hit you up next time I'm in L.A. That's how you handle it respectfully.
I respect your counteroffer, though.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened to Nush? Did y'all niggas neuter Lush? Lush looking docile as fuck on that couch next to Turducken Booty head man unit. He over. That nigga snip my nigga. What's going on? What the hell?
Yeah. Facts with that. But here's the thing too. Now, Aaron definitely, like, if I was Vlad, I would have paid him. I think he deserves some form of monetization with that. And Vlad has said oftentimes he gives part of his YouTube monetization to people that come on, and that's like,
no, he pays them a flat fee though. He doesn't ever do like a percentage deal on whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll pay. They agree on that.
Regardless of that,
Marlon Wayans wanted $40K up front, and then what was it, 60% of the back end for the entirety of the video, which is just
Marlon Wayans was smoking dust. What he was asking for from Vlad was crazy. Straight up. Who in the hell do you think you are? 40K and 60% of the revenue on the interview? What? How many people is even doubling back to watch Marlon Wayans on Vlad? Like what? That was crazy. That was crazy to me. But let's continue.
I'm sorry. That would never pay for itself.
But also to compare the Pop the Balloon to Vlad's legacy, that's super out of pocket.
This ain't about the legacy.
It is though,
trying to use.
You're saying at a specific moment in time it has more traction. That's not the gravity of appearing on Vlad is way more significant than appearing on Pop the Balloon.
But also, Aaron the Plumber isn't a rapper, and he doesn't have anything to do with hip hop history. Vlad's a hip hop historian. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he has different people on his platform when stories are interesting and he knows that he could benefit from them. Aaron the Plumber happens to be popping right now. All the stuff that be going on with Berdesky is interesting to people. That's why he's down to do the sit down. You get me? Straight up. Aaron the Plumber has nothing to do with hip hop. I don't know if that fares the best for Aaron the Plumber being on Vlad. Who goes, ooh, Aaron the Plumber on Vlad. This is probably good. No disrespect to Berdesky, but like, what are you talking about? It's not like he's sitting down with Bun B or some shit. Like, I don't get that. Might benefit Vlad more than it does Berdesky. Just being real.
Okay, what's bigger, Vlad or Shannon Sharp? Because Shannon Sharp going to do more numbers consistently. But Shannon Sharp's only been in the position to do much better numbers for what, like 6 months or a year? You know, so it's like, you know, but either way, Aaron could have said no. He could have just said, nah, I ain't doing it. Instead, he decided to basically steal from Vlad.
No, he didn't steal.
He did. He accepted money under false pretenses, and then
Brandon, he did steal. I'll just be honest with you. He did steal because he entered an agreement. Now, whereas I could be like, yo, I understand what Brandon is saying. Yo, you could have paid that man. You was doing some vulture shit. You was. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. But at the end of the day, nah, he did steal, Brandon. We can't do that. Hey, I'm all blackety black power too, gang. I am. But he stole, fool. At the end of the day, it's a way to handle business. And if you felt like that wasn't it, you know what you asked for. The nigga got you a cheap flight in a hotel. You still agreed to it. So, nah, that's shady. I think two things can be true. Vlad is shady for that offer. You know what I'm saying? And Berdesky is shady for taking it and not holding up his end of the agreement. It is what it is, but we're not going to say he didn't steal because that's exactly what he did. Like, what do you mean? Vlad got no services rendered for that hotel and that flight, but the nigga was out there. The nigga caught the flight and was in the hotel. Like, come on, bro. We can't do that because then when we really fighting for some shit, niggas be like, oh, they bunk because we do shit like that. The nigga stole, Brandon. We ain't going to do that. Like, what? Vlad might be wrong, but so is Berdesky.
Didn't follow through on his end of the deal.
Vlad tried to exploit that man.
How is it exploitation when he agreed to the dollar amount?
Listen, the name of the game is what have you done for me lately? This is a meritocracy. Don't nobody give a damn about how many views Vlad used to get. Aaron the Plumber is
Vlad
bigger
does hella
than
views.
Yeah, you're
Aaron the
bleeding it.
Plumber is bigger than Vlad at this moment. His time is short. No, listen.
I think exploit the wrong
His
word, though.
his time is short, but he has made a name for himself in this space. He's not developing his own platform, so this might be short-lived.
He does have his own platform.
You kept it. I don't know if it's gonna be up here.
Not
He
Vlad,
does
right?
decent numbers on it. Aaron's doing his thing on his own shit
Oh, for
too.
real?
But what I'm saying is, what you did was respectful. You said, "Look, I can't give you what you want, but here's what I can do."
And it's the exact same thing that Vlad did,
No.
and Aaron agreed to it, and then he skated on it.
I just
Exactly.
asked you, did Vlad offer him something when he?
Yeah, a flight in a hotel.
No,
tried to
but
fly
you
him out
said
like
you
a
would give.
broad.
It might be worth $2K.
But
might be
you
worth
said-
at least $1,500.
But you're. These are two. This is different than because you said with the rapper, you said I'll fly you out, get you the hotel, but I'll give you a little something on the back
No,
end.
I told him that's
after.
all I could do. I told him I couldn't really give him money.
Oh, okay.
No, he
Well,
said, I'll catch you when you're in California and break you off, but I can't.
yeah.
boom,
And
this,
yeah,
this.
then I said, when you're in LA, maybe I'll give you a band or two, which is basically the exact equivalent of like flight and hotel. But I understand from this dude's perspective that it's like, it doesn't really make sense for him at this point in his career to come out to LA to just do an interview for what?
We don't want to hear about your stories anymore. Give me a hand. Anyway, I'm gonna just say for the record, I definitely agree with Brandon. The more I thought about that situation, like, damn, all you offer him is a flight and a hotel. It was for one day. You know what I'm saying? But all he asked for was $5,000. He probably asked for $5K, right? And just get me out there. Now you think that's too much or whatever? That's cool. You just want to do the flight and all that, but that still is kind of lowballing. That's how I feel. And that is shady, and that's vulture activity. I agree with Brandon there. But I have to say, Burdusky is scandalous. Burdusky, you should know your worth anyway. You know that you popping a balloon all across the globe. You know that you have worth. It didn't take you to get on that plane to know that. I'ma just be real. You know what I'm saying? We could sit up here and pretend and act like Brandon too. He probably got on the plane and decided he knew his worth when he got on the... That sound good. That sound good, nigga. But that was shady. Two things can be shady. Y'all both shady. Vlad shady for the offer. Bro shady for accepting it and sliding. It is what it is. But we not going to be like, oh, Earl, he didn't steal and that wasn't scandalous. It was scandalous on both ends. Straight up. Again, I'll be telling you, I don't really think Vlad is a culture vulture. I understand how a lot of people think that he is. But I don't know. I just don't think that he's necessarily a culture vulture. Do he have vulture tactics at times like this one right here with Aaron the Plumber? For sure. But I don't know. Me personally, I just don't see him like Kiwi Head. I don't see him as like benefiting from like like the chaos and the hood politics and this, that, and the other. I just don't. He's about hip hop. He's in hip hop. He solved the Pac murder. That was some historic shit or whatever. I believe that it was the interviews that he did that led to solving that case. But again, he don't participate with law. Kiwi Head is a man who told you already, I'm participating with law. I'm law dog. You know what I mean? I just don't think that he is what like Adam or Brandon Bukkake or these kind of people are. I just don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. But for anybody looking for any kind of marketing or promotion when it comes to this YouTube content creation, make sure y'all tap in with @Drea_the_Virgo on Instagram. Again, that's @Drea_the_Virgo on Instagram, serious inquiries only. She's working with a bunch of different content creators from all of the sectors across YouTube. She got the proof to back up all the claims, and she's good at what she does. If you need help with thumbnails, views, viewer retention, monetization, you need help with content, niching, whatever it is, you got a channel, it's not cooking, you want to start a channel, whatever it is, contact @Drea_the_Virgo on Instagram. Serious inquiries only, please and thank you. But if this is your first time to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, please and thank you. We need that for the algorithm. If you could go to the top of the page, smash that Instagram link. Follow me on Instagram. Shoot me any content y'all want me to react to there. Also, join up in the Discord. Good people, positive vibes, 99.9% of the time. Smash that TikTok link. Follow me over there for any content that I post there as well. Y'all definitely find that Discord link. Join up in the Discord. We watched, what did we watch yesterday? How High and Pineapple Express. Good times in the Discord. Jokes. Shout out to all my my people who are in the Discord, who be enjoying all the game streaming, movie nights, and all that shit. I appreciate y'all even rocking with the community. But y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think about Brandon saying that Vladimir is a culture vulture and he think what he did to Aaron the Plumber was scandalous. Y'all let me know. It's your boy Gangland Neem. Peace.